Well, greetings. Thanks for joining us tonight's broadcast. All right, we'll do messages and we'll do Q&A. So, all right, Michelle, here we go. We are the dragons. Greetings. There are, yes, sacred sites that many of you will be tapping into. And some of those places will be tapping into you, talking to you automatically. You just have a desire to connect to a certain place on your planet, Angkor Wat, the Incas. And because it is time for those areas to be open, and some of you might even feel like you need to be there physically. Well, the energies of the earth are shifting to more of a metaphysical, you could say, awareness, as you call it. Metaphysics is a term that you use, but it is basically your entire, your higher self, your self. There's no word for it really, but many of you are going to experience this over time. Timing, when is another story, but the anchors of the earth are speaking out. They want to reach out to you to bring in, yes, new thoughts, ideas, as why those areas were ever chosen for those sacred sites, even the pyramids themselves. They were calling out to come build this here. So you'll understand this over time, of course. This is all we have. Just you can look in the sky and maybe you'll see a dragon energy. We are everywhere across your planet. Watching, listening, caring, and keeping your world going. We are the Angel Collective. Greetings to you. Writing your name in the sand, or anywhere for that matter, is your signature energy. Realize many of you would, even when you sign your name on a form, you can feel a vibration there, depending if you connect to it. You are leaving your imprint. Your name, even if you don't like your name, it is still part of your, it is who you are. Now, some do change their name because now there's somebody else. So there are those. So your name is basically part of your DNA. It is your astral, your astral, but it is much more to it than that. It is basically your configuration with the universe. The letter, where the letters are, everything that's set in. It's for you to place yourself exactly on this planet as you wish to. Call in a certain type of vibrations that you need for your direction. So your name alone can pull in, yes, unwanted energies and friendly ones. There's just much more going on with that. That's why some of your Illuminati create a name for a superstar so they can control it. They can, not always, but most of the time, so they can control that person. If they invent it. Now, if you create your own name, you usually can keep your own power. But if a studio, movie studio, or singer music, they create your name, they pretty much own you to give you an understanding of that connection. So I told you are awakening more to your. It's like you're going through your closet and finding new things about yourself. That is what is occurring at this time. There's a time and place for all energies, of course. Greetings to you. This is Neiman with Essassani race. Blessings to you. Yes, Bashar's race, an older race. You say we're more wiser than they are, because we don't speak very often as much as he does. We don't, put our foot in our mouths as much as he does. Those aren't usually mentioned. On this day of, your alien connections will continue to morph into your society. You're going to be, changing your reality stronger and stronger. This couple of months, you're going to be more activating your Earth's energy. Basically, letting go of the old Earth, you'll feel that intensify. Not too much where it'll take you out. You might feel more bored than you ever have before. Because it's trying to hold on as long as it can. This reality thinks it can. It's hard to get rid of old ideas, as you can see. This is why this current reality is still going on. It's like wearing old clothes forever. Old ideas, old clothes, old places. So we're here to assist whenever you are ready with your questions.
Hello, Neil.
Greetings.
The first person is Daria.
Greetings to you.
Greetings, Newman from Essassani.
Yes.
The angels and the dragon. And so my first question is, what does my energy need to know? Current moment.
Yeah, well, I'm not sure if this is helpful. I do see you with those that are around you. It is like a game board. It's like a board where the people in your life, you're kind of moving them on the board around. I don't know if you can connect with that.
Yeah, a little bit.
It'll come in more clearly. Because you're not always supposed to see that. So you're clearing out the board a lot recently. And sometimes the waiting game is no fun, as you can see.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like the Malcolm in the middle. Caught in the middle.
To give you, your mother's been manipulating a lot of it recently. Yeah. I think you can already see that.
Yeah, she's a party pooper.
Even with your energies, she feels like you should be alone most of the time, which is strange for coming from her.
She feels I should be alone.
Yes. See what you can get from that. Because she feels that you can do better than what you've been connecting to. Look at it that way.
Oh, yeah.
So
it's fun for me.
Yes, it is more. Yes, exactly. That your friends at the top of the mountain or something like that.
Yes, that can be a nice word to put it in. And then I would like to know if there are any funny pockets within the Essassani race. Do I have any?
Well, we see you building blocks, putting people together, like they're block people, like your Legos. You put people together, then you take their heads off or something like that. Meaning you can put blocks together, and then the block would turn into a person, a physical person. I'm not sure if that's funny or not, but sometimes you remove the head, put a different head on there, or something like that. So. Yeah, this is not exactly you come from creator energies. I think you know that.
Yes, I know.
Yes, and You brought dragon into this energy field onto this planet in your past, even if you don't talk to dragons that much, because they're
No, but
authority energy.
there has been the dragon energy around me lately. I've been feeling.
Yes. Oh, yes. They do say that a world where people with their heads are on backwards, you go there quite often.
Probably of amusement. I don't see anything else.
Well, this world is pretty much the same thing.
Yeah, just straight ahead. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Well, thank you. I'll connect to this later.
Oh, yes. Well, you had run into the spaghetti monster, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, you put a dish in front of a giant here. Spaghetti monster. See if you can win with this guy.
I had a strangest coincidence with the spaghetti monster a few years ago. I was even had it in my dream, sleep paralysis because of it.
Yes. Oh,
Yes.
because you found him. That's why.
Oh yeah.
Trying to stay fictionists, are we?
Yeah, that's so funny. Well, thank you and
Yes.
good night.
Business.
Have a cool channeling.
Yes.
Thank you. Next is Humberto.
Greetings.
Oh, hello there.
Yes.
My first question is, what exercises do you have for me that I could do for releasing and healing the pain I feel towards having a girlfriend?
Yes, there's a lot of action. Well, yes, that would take some time, but the triangle energies, like visualizing a triangle and having those people that you're connected to or want to be connected to release. Basically, you're still finding yourself, and so you're finding the wrong people, is what I see. You might feel like you need a relationship, but the problem is you're being attracted to the wrong relationships, what I can see. So just keep on being yourself. Is basically you're gonna have to figure this out on your own. But images, what you feel for you to clear it out in your meditations, just basically an intention to release that aggravation. Your soul growth in some ways does need a wrong relationship, as you can see, for you to find the right one. That's helpful at all.
Mm-hmm. So you're saying my path would need a long relationship. That's pretty much what my theme is, and that's why it's not working out, kind of.
No,
Is
it
that what you
will.
meant?
It will. Well, I said the wrong relationship, not a long relationship. The wrong one.
Oh, you said wrong. Okay.
Sometimes a wrong relationship will bring you to the right one.
Okay.
So just be yourself and continue to grow, and not worry about what is right or wrong. Just do what's you will connect to what is correct to you. So what you need for that moment, let's put it that way.
Okay.
Yes.
My second question. I found out recently that I have bruxism. Bruxism is when you grind your teeth at night. It creates a big chain of problems for the teeth. Since I'm deep asleep when this happens, I'm at a loss of what I can do about it. So what solutions can you give me towards healing this that don't involve buying a mouth guard? If I even can heal this.
Sleep with your mouth open. Get used to that. It's not an easy, or put something in your mouth like gauze or something that you can afford. I know it's not fun, but put something in your mouth to some kind of mouth guard you can create. Because it seems like you're going to do it no matter what. Part of you gets very aggravated in your sleep status. That's why that happens.
Mm-hmm.
So you can find pretty things that are not that expensive that you can, or just practice with
I was thinking more of, since it's an emotional, mental thing. I mean, what can I do to where I don't get so aggravated? I mean, does this happen all the time, or what can I do?
Certain times at night. It doesn't happen all the time. At certain times at night.
Uh-huh.
I mean, a mouth guard is really what you need in the long run. We need something to basically put something in your mouth, without choking yourself.
Wow, so it sounds like the best solution is to actually find something than to actually do exercises.
Yes, or just to know. Yes, well, you put the intention to not go through this anymore. Release what is causing your teeth to grind. Basically, go into a meditation. Release what it is. You might see a monster. You might see something out there that's causing it, and then do a release for it. Ask for it to show itself what's causing it in your meditations.
Wow.
It will take some time, but
well,
you
that's good
will,
to know that
yes,
it'll
you'll
take
find a
some
way.
time.
Yes,
So
it won't take that long. We believe you'll find a way, but you're not always going to know that your teeth are grinding. But
exactly, it's a big challenge. It's a curveball.
it is a old habit, is what it is. So
yeah, I think I know why. Okay.
So yes, blessings.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. And the next is Kingsley.
Greetings. Is there any messages for me? Sorry.
It is confidence energy that you're still working on in the social environment. Basically, the social environment, yes, is very challenging, as you can see. You basically have to be two different people. You can't always show your power among others, but sometimes part of you might feel like you have to show it because you don't want to hide yourself forever. So basically, you're two people in one, and the magic side of you will most likely come out eventually. But right now, you are figure out what to do with that from what we are saying. So just be yourself is all we can say at this time. But yeah, so your ideas of magic and what to fly and things of that sort will show themselves to others. Like, I don't know why I told this person, but they must have been ready to hear it. So that's it.
Yeah, and do you know how far I'll be able to fly out of the planet?
Not far anytime soon. I mean, technically, yes, you have the capabilities of flying off the planet, yes. But not this dimension. No, yes, you'll be able to. Well, you have to change your DNA and all that. So flying around the planet is most likely, but it's not anytime soon. But yes, your capabilities are infinite, basically. Yes, you can connect to Mount Shasta. You can connect to places that you wish to go to. And say, I wish to fly there. And that might give you a boost of flying techniques. Just for example. Thanks.
All right, next is Steven.
Hello, Neiman.
Yes, greetings to you.
Greetings. How are you doing?
Yes, doing well.
Sweet, sweet. Much love to you.
Yes.
I was wondering, can you definitely connect with my Shikani aspect and the family of the Essassani Shikani and see if they have any messages for me? Thank you.
They are watching the planet. They do have a lot of humorous moments, seeing how humans react. But also realize that Shikani lost a lot of their quirky ways. Many of them gotten quite serious over time. And so they're trying. So the reason why they study humans to remember what they forgot. So human element is very important for them to like revitalize themselves, because they do come to a point where they feel like they have not, they can only grow so more. So they go back to being similar to you as humans, and that's what you're doing at this time. That's why they're watching. Figure out how can we be more human. What elements there that we are missing? Blessings.
Sweet, sweet, awesome. Thank you. And second question is, can you connect with my Pleiadian family energies and see if they have any messages for me? Thank you.
One moment. You know more about yourself, your galactic self. You might see yourself turn into a dragon. You are many things. You are, yes, known as a shape-shifting being. You can turn into a giant. So this is why you're connected to so many different species. One of them, the mantis, is a fun one because partly the mantis got really attached to you, and they didn't want you to shape-shift into anything else. Not to say they were forcing you to do anything. So you became very connected to their society. So you have many aspects connected to the mantis at this moment. As a Pleiadian energy, yes, you're still going through a lot of healing energies because the Pleiadians have been through a great deal by assisting this planet. Meaning that there are alien beings that do not want the Pleiadians anything involved with this world. So that's why you are here and others are here. And making it harder to be on this planet, as you can probably see. Blessings.
Blessings. Thank you.
Next is Brian.
Hello?
Yes, greetings.
This is Logan.
Yes.
My first question is, what energy should I connect to that would benefit me the most in any way?
That's all up to you, really, when it comes down to it. It's the one that comes to mind that would bet because it's different on different days. Angel energy is one day, Zeta is on another. It's wherever you feel most comfortable with. So I can't really answer that. It's for you to answer that. If I was there to answer that, I would say connect to the pigs or something like that. You haven't been there recently. Or the mantis for that matter, and that's a fun one to dive into. But it's up to you. There are many different areas, but for most benefit is basically it's always going to be different on every single day. You are growing. You don't want to just grow and be one kind of tree. You want to be several different types of energies. So we see various different connections. So add to that, connect to your higher self would probably be the first place to go, and then go from there to other energies.
All right. Thank you. Are there any other messages for me?
Take things slow. School is more important than all of this. Yes, you can combine the two. Your senses, your intuitive abilities can be integrated into your work and your play, and connect you with friends and opening up friends. We do see some around you, friends that will be open to this also in your journeys. Female friends, from what we are seeing, I believe you know them right currently. That will be early adapters to all of this without ego taking over them, just staying free because they are butterfly beings, from what I can see. Blessings.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next is Emmy.
Hi, Neiman. How's it going?
Yes, doing well.
I just want to see, does the Essassani collective have anything for me?
Yes. Sometimes your mind gets overloaded, as you probably know. It's hard to make a good decision, as your mind is going in 100 different directions. That is coming from Arcturian and also Mantis. You have more Mantis than you might realize. Sense of humor comes from them. So you're very, blasé about everything, which is good. So you want to be able to connect to all forms of life. And it's like, yes, you can wish you can go into like 10 directions at the same time, basically. So from your higher self, just pick one that feels the most appealing. Of course, that might always be the best direction, but that's kind of the idea. It's like, wow, if we go this way, it's probably the worst way you can ever go. But it's part of your, because it's curiosity. You still have not figured this planet out. Even if you've been here great deals, part of you still, yes, sometimes too much alien information can be, it's like, let's go explore the worst place you can go. Because you've never been there. Nobody wants to go there.
Random visit to the bikini bar.
Exactly. Correct. I don't know why I'm here, but hello, everyone.
Yeah. Always lose things there.
Yes.
It's been a year.
You lose
What's
things?
the first
Yes.
place I go to? The bikini bar.
Yes, exactly. Yes. You just kind of like sit in the oddball of the whole crowd, basically. Yes. Like, why am I here? Just for being? Stop staring at me.
It's got good music.
There's more to it, but that gives you kind of the idea.
Are there any other messages from my higher self or the Archangel Collective?
Yes, you've been kind of giving yourself a hard time on work direction, because even in the work direction, it's still unsatisfying on many levels. It just the works that's out there isn't very challenging in the way you'd like to be challenged. But basically, you're going to the location's most important this time than the work itself. There's possibility that you'll make a move in your future too, again, where you find a place that's a little bit more useful, and also you might stay there for a long time. That's not going to happen anytime soon, but most likely you'll make a move eventually. Not going into full details, so not say you have to pack your bags or anything anytime soon.
Okay, good. I need to settle down for a little while, and I'm
Exactly.
actually happy to be here. So
It's
we'll
going to
see
be a
what
while. Yes, you won't be going anywhere anytime soon. But ideas will come in of the future sooner than you might think, probably.
happens. Oh,
Please,
geez.
down the line. Not to worry, though.
Thank you so much.
Yes, blessings. Yes.
Thank you. Blessings.
All right, the next person is Dragon, which is me.
Yes.
My first question is, who and what was Mr. Rogers? Because he was a very transformative figure. Helped a lot of children and things like that.
Yeah, yes, many different connections. They actually did have all connections with Mantis energies and Palladian vibrations, but it was all comes down to an angelic being. What it all comes down to an angelic being that was very forgiving of humanity. It was just basically there to heal the soul of humanity, and through children was the best way because the children are open and adults are closed. The only reason why I went towards the children, it was easier to speak to the adults, to the children, and they knew that. And even a lot of the children were angelic beings also. You can say that that's a lot of Archangel Michael's energies there. There are others, of course, but that's a strong one. It's the same that's in Gandhi. They're kind of very similar in many ways.
All right, thank you. My second question is a fun one. I had a dream the other night where it was an advanced society and like much more advanced than Earth. The being people are more spiritual. It was also like advanced in terms of technology, big, tall buildings and everything like that. You know, they were pretty advanced, so they weren't easily manipulated by darker energies. But there was a small group that had infiltrated a small area, and it was starting to turn people. I felt like, and I was like using intuition, and I was able to break in there and start undermining them. And once they realized that they weren't effective, other people started turning away from darkness. So, and it felt more real than a dream. But I feel like it comes from somewhere, maybe not exactly how I pictured it. I was wondering if you could connect to that.
Yes. Realize also you have aspects within that darker region in your past. So you kind of already know how they operate. So when they showed up, you knew instantly who they were. So yes, that is currently going on at this time. What kind of race it is isn't that important. I believe it's a human race, but it is one that has found their superiority within themselves. Yes, a light version, but they are very distracted by their own positivity. They're not always seeing darkness. They've basically been cutting out darkness quite a bit and not letting, basically, they're not always open to new ideas. And so some beings got angry at them for not being a little bit more neutral. And so that's where the darkness got stronger. It's like, oh, you guys are kind of shady. We're not going to listen to you, basically. So that group got bigger and bigger. That's what we're seeing.
Yeah, that makes sense because the whole planet was spiritually advanced, and this was just like a small, tiny area they had broken into and started messing with them. And that I intuitively said, it's not going to spread very far, but I wanted to nip it in the bud.
Well, because you're talking to them while others would ignore them. So, and you had others with you too to talk to them, which calmed down a lot of their manipulations. They were pretty furious. They were just being cut out of everything. They just have an alternative way of looking at things. Yes, it might be dark, but you're still there to listen, though.
All right, thanks. Much love.
Yes.
And the next one is Bobby.
Hi, greetings, Neiman.
Yes, greetings to you.
Thank you for coming in to help us with our questions.
Yes.
I've also been enjoying your radio chats with Neutron. You guys got some interesting guests that come in there.
Yes. Yes. Thank you.
For my first question, I was looking to see if you could help me connect to a lucid dream I had. It was like a human world, but it was like a dust world where everything was eroded away and it was just nothing but dust, and storms coming in all over. in there, I was speaking with someone, an older person, and I felt like I was a kid at the time because he was much taller than me. And he was saying, I had much more in store for you, but you've been somewhat of a wet noodle. And he could have called me so many different things, but calling me a wet noodle just kind of it stuck in a place that didn't go away, you know. And later on in that dream, I saw all of us sleeping on the floor, and my mother getting up. I felt like it was my mother and going to the bathroom in the middle of everybody. Well, she had no privacy, and it felt like a very strong emotional situation. And I was looking to see if I have any messages from that world and the aspect how they're doing.
Well, that world, is basically many worlds in one. That dream of you being with your mother, she lived in that planet, and you went to be connecting to her. You can say you found her gone, but then you connected to another reality, and there she was. The reason that you're going to the bathroom in front of everyone, basically, because they can see you very clearly what you're doing. It doesn't mean you're actually doing that.
No, she was going to the bathroom.
Oh,
but
she was going, but you got the idea.
I
though.
didn't. Yeah, it was kind of like in the normal situation on this planet, you would feel shame
Yes.
for being out in the open like that, but that was just normal to them. But
Yes.
it felt like that's like subhuman kind of standards. And the way we were living on the floor, sleeping, nobody really had any possessions or whatever. So I was looking to see how that world is doing now.
It is. They're still, yes, finding itself. Is bringing many other beings that aren't comfortable with showing themselves, opening themselves up. And it's a place that you go into often to check in. So it's got the numbers have increased greatly. You can say there's some shaman energies there that are connected to your planet. You can even say a lot of Africa is there at this time. A lot of them are doing many things that they're not too pleased about. Is basically, it's the soul is ready to open itself up. It's ready to advance themselves without material possessions, because material possessions can hide one's soul, hide oneself behind all this materialistic. Is that it shows that the person's not really ready to show itself. So yes, it's still an energy that will always be. India is there also. Africa and India are there. Connected.
I see. Okay. All right. Thank you for that.
Yes.
For my second question, I'm gonna take a trip to Shasta, Mount Shasta, California, and I was looking to see if Mother Earth had any messages for me as far as intentions to bring towards the mass meditation that's going on there, along with my energies.
It is a place for you to take a break from this reality. It is a place where you're going to the higher astral plane and actually remember something more. Is open up your dream world slowly. Now, what would be remembered is hard to say, but it's going to intensify from what we are seeing. It's basically you're letting out you're there to assist others there too, from what it seems. That's mostly why you're going there. You're already connected to a higher aspect of yourself. Others say they have, but really have not. And it's more of those than you might realize.
Yeah, they're doing a ley line activation there, and we're just looking to see. I just bring in my energy there to help pull and assist. It's not my event, but I was looking to see what kind of intention should I set before heading out. That would be most helpful for my development and their purpose.
Be neutral as possible, and the less do judgment anyway, because others will be judgmental just the way they are. That's where they're at right now. So you'll sense it. Some might be hiding it, but you'll sense it. So basically clearing out judgments of others onto others, not necessarily directed towards you. A lot of insecure energies will be there also. So you're basically assisting others to do their connections. So you'll be clear. You'll probably feel like you're doing a lot of clearing among many from what we're seeing.
Okay. All right. That's nice. Thank you very much.
Blessings.
Blessings.
All right. And then next is Renee.
Greetings.
Yes, greetings.
My first question was, if I go into astral and see what my day is like, what is the reason for me living the day in time-space reality?
Oh, to take a break from this reality, also
No.
for you to be in two worlds at once.
Oh, okay.
You talk about this reality. You want to know about your astral or this reality?
It's kind of like if I know that I'm going to the store and I'm going to meet somebody, and then later the day I'm going to have dinner. What's the point of actually living it out?
Is living out in a third dimension environment. That stored that person or persons over time. You've connected to in other realities. Now you're doing it from a third dimension perspective at this point in time, which you have not experienced before. There's much more to it than that, but there's basically, experience in a dense environment, even as mundane and maybe boring as it might be. It is
So
there's a lot more going on within the layers of why that reality is the way it is. What is connected to it? What kind of Palladian, Syrian, Anunnaki, Elohim energies are connected to that place and that person at that time. So there's a lot going on at once. Obviously, processing that at once is not happening.
Okay, so from my 3D perspective, it's the same thing, just a different layer.
Yes. Well, to give you more details, some might get a laugh out of it. Those that built the pyramids also built McDonald's. They might not be putting it, they might not be, give you a little bit more perspective. So there's another side to everything that you're going to be unlocking, and that friend or person you're connecting to is someone that is, you're learning from each other in this space to open up new realities. So you might not be at this point, at this reality. Everything's pretty much the same. 10 years in the future, most likely will be a lot more open-minded to what's going on.
Okay, Nito. My second question was, are we able to see clues as to what's going on in astral or to our planet in the clouds?
Are you seeing it? How do you pronounce? Would you say that again?
Are we able to see clues as to what's happening in astral in the clouds?
Somewhat. You basically see it within mostly, but yes, you can. It's mostly within yourself that you will see your reality. Moments. It is on how you look at it. The clouds for you do speak. The clouds do speak to you, but others look at different. So everyone is going to be different.
Okay.
So you basically go through your third eye and see it through astral. Your astral self is within you, actually.
Okay.
Blessings.
Thank you. Blessings.
Yes.
Thank you. Pyramidal McDonald's. That's interesting.
Yes.
The next up is James.
Hello?
Yes, greetings to you.
Hey, can you tell me what cities in the U.S. or maybe the world that are having the most people with high spire DNA percentages?
High energy. Well, they have a lot of DNA percentage. That's what you're looking for. New York City is one. Parts of Washington, D.C. One moment. Tibet. Of course, there's not many in Tibet compared to those places. Parts of France. They're not giving me full details, but it is probably Paris for the most part. But it's scattered out throughout France, actually. There's many, and parts of Africa, more South Africa area. That could be that's like the short version of it. So
I see. And do I have any connections to Essassani or messages, or if not, then the angels?
Yes, well, your guides want you have a past connection to what is called Kazakhstan. That's on your map. They were connected to in your ancient side. Was not called Kazakhstan at that time. It is very Russian, but I believe also very Arabic. It's connected to you. As for Essassani energies, yes, but you connect to all species to a certain degree. You're mostly connected to Agartha at this time for healing purposes, from what we are seeing. You're here for a lot of DNA connections, activations. As we can see, you're doing a lot. You're forgiving a lot of beings here that have caused difficulties. Alien beings, even humans. Basically to slow down the wars or heal the war. That's where your energies are mostly. That's why you're astral most of the time. You've seen enough of it. You can say you're called to this planet, basically. That's our message.
I see. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I'm going to read the next questions from Colin. And the first one is, any messages for me from the Essassani?
My moment. Yes, you are. There's like several versions of you that you're connected to at this time. You're basically having different perspectives of reality. And you're just letting go. You're kind of like on a spiritual vacation mentally. You're also very connected to the elephants on a very strong way, on a spiritual direction of the elephant, because they have been through many difficulties on this planet. That's why they're here, basically. Humans are going through a lot of, self-image issues. Not to say you're going through it, but a lot of people who have self-image issues, elephants have that too. I have a long nose, nobody else does. It's a very self-image problem. So that's what he's here to assist and heal through his vibration. There's Elohim energies.
All right, and the next question is from Colin. Any messages on my recent romantic connection?
Yes, you just enjoy it and to not put a lot of, expectations into it. The more fun you have with it and just going with the flow, the better. Not to say analyze it too much, but basically just enjoying the moment for what it is. The more you look in the future and all that, you can look in the future, obviously, but don't dwell on it too much. The moment is what's most important at this time.
All right. Thank you. And Liz is next.
Yes, greetings.
Hello.
Yes.
Greetings. Sorry to hear noises. It's my dogs.
Yes.
Okay. My first question is, can you tell me anything about we moving? We're going forward with moving.
Then move. Yes, very good. In detail you need from us, what is it that you want to know about your move, or what is it?
Just wanted to know if that is it is what we let's say.
It seems like it's a good idea from what I can pick up on. See how you're going to do it anyway, no matter what I say.
I guess, but well, I wouldn't. I still have a chance not to.
Well, we believe you will. Well, yes, you're following your highest, passions, and yes, you will. You're looking for something, as you know. You don't know what it is, but it's in this reality. You kind of have an idea. Yes, you're connecting more to alien vibrations, basically, for physical contact. That's why you're moving.
Yes, away from the city in an area that is very actually isolated.
Yes, where they'll feel more comfortable making appearances. So expect that. Even reptilian energies, not to say you really want to see them. Most likely they'll make an appearance here and there. Many different ones. But yes, contact is definitely inevitable from what we're seeing.
Awesome.
Once you're settled down, you won't be packing and see like a cow alien standing next to you or anything like that.
It's gonna be horses and cows and chickens and.
Very good.
It's a rural area.
Yes, they like those energies. There's very a calming atmosphere, which is very diplomatic of you to choose that. Actually, very neutral and diplomatic. A safe environment for conversation. Yes.
Yes, and it's the desert here, so it's like being in the bottom of the ocean.
Yes.
So many trees and kind of. But anyways, okay, that's good. Anything else? I do feel like a very tense, not only because of moving, but there is like a tense energy. There is a forest fire nearby here. Very large, 9,000 acres, burning for 4 days now. But that's very like intense energy around here.
Yes. What you're feeling is the worry of people, of their homes, of whatever it might. Yeah, it's the worry. Even alien energies you're feeling. So that was, yes, a reptilian fire from what we were seeing.
Yeah, because they
Retaliation once
started
again.
in the top of the mountain.
Anger. More from your Black Project alien beings.
Hmm.
Just feel like they have authority over your planet and how it thinks. And well, of course, when you go against it, it doesn't go too well for many of you.
Well, through force, right?
Yes.
They have a hand through force.
Well, the force will rebuild. It always knows it will rebuild, but it does care about those that are getting affected by it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Wildlife.
yes.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes. Listen.
Thanks for coming back.
All right. Next, and I apologize if I mispronounce it. Jade Key.
Hello, can you hear me
Yes.
now?
Yes. Greetings.
Hello. My first question is, what have they been doing in Astral, if it's possible to answer, and especially in connection to two friends of mine that had passed in the past 2 years.
Yeah, you want us to connect to the two friends of yours, or what is it that
No, I was
you're...
asking what I've been doing in Astral, and if anything, connecting to two friends that had passed.
Yes, it is. Yes, you're assisting them on their transition, and you're making them comfortable. You give them a couch or a chair or whatever it might be, and you even calm the energies of the place that they're in. So basically, they feel like the Earth, but they know they're not on Earth.
Mm.
So basically, you're just assisting them in their transition, where it's like, this place isn't so bad after all. So you're there just to help them get comfortable with it. It's kind of like, like you saw probably in the movies where you drink your beer and it fills back up. It's something like that. You just help them be comfortable. So you work with the environment, the room, and show them different things. And that, yes, for others to understand, that's how it works a lot. And those are crossing over.
Okay. Thank you. My second question is, Ivan and I spoke one time about my possible Anunnaki connections. Is it possible if you could get any information from them wanting to know about the connection?
Yes, what happened, many things happened with them. Part of from what we are seeing, that you stole some DNA from them because they were not using it properly. So I believe you were an Anunnaki in the past, but this has to do with you as actually as a Zeta, taking DNA from them and taking it to other beings to figure out how they are manipulating societies, how they are so unseen. They show up on a planet and nobody knew that they were even there. It's like they were there for a long time, quote. And so you took DNA from them to figure out how, and you infiltrated it perfectly. Did I say how you did it? But you basically connected to your Anunnaki side because you had Anunnaki in the past. So you changed your appearance to an Anunnaki being, and they had no idea that you were like a spy among them.
Oh, wow.
So that's one of the connections you have with them. So,
all right.
So give you kind of an understanding of that as like a world, like, for example, like your planet, Anunnaki can come in and just appear as a human and interact with it, and not even aliens know that they're Anunnaki. That's what's going on. So,
okay. All right. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. And I'm going to read the questions from Tristan.
Yes.
The first question is, I do a healing technique called La Trame, based on alchemy in 16 steps. Can I make this simpler and quicker?
Yes, connect to the roots that you feel like that are working the best with you. The main, like, I feel it's like 3 parts that you feel that works for you the best. He might have to experiment with what feels strong with you. We keep seeing 3 parts of it that will work with you. I'll just leave you with that.
All right, thank you. And Tristan's next question is, I had a vision quest with Abby Normal about being my own master. Could you tell me about this?
That's between you and them. We connect what we are allowed to see, but basically there's much more going on than what she tapped into from what we are seeing. It's basically a healing, more like a healing quest of basically knowing more about yourself, bringing more of yourself into this environment is what we're seeing. So they're not fully tapped into that fully just yet because you're still figuring out who you want to be on this reality. Like a dial is like you kind of figuring out what configuration for humanity you can be that will bring for your best intentions and for their best intentions also. So you kind of figure out what's the best version of yourself. So you wonder how different versions of you work. So you're kind of, it's like a recipe. So you're always connecting to different versions of yourself at all at once. Your personality, your laughter, it all connects to different versions of you, and you're kind of looking for the right combination. That is what we see in with that. That's our connection with it. Blessings.
Thank you. And next up is Lucy.
Greetings.
Hello.
Yes. Blessings.
Hello.
Yes.
Hi, I've missed your big orange ball checking up on me
Yes.
lately. I had a question. I have a dear friend that is having issues. I guess I would call it a curse. And every time I get close to try to assist, freakish accidents have happened to me, like that just would never happen ordinarily.
Yes.
And I'm thinking that this woman, I'm sure it's a woman,
Yes.
has put up a what you call in witchcraft a fence or a repel, so that anyone who gets close to the individual, also gets burned. And I'm wondering what you can tell me about this and what I can do personally to assist.
Well, what we see is she basically comes to you and slaps you, basically. We see a lot of that. Retention. She's a young soul. She's a soul that thinks she knows everything. She is one that is a lot of arrogance there. So you kind of have to use her against herself, find her own vulnerabilities. A lot of it has to do with looks. She's not too proud of her looks. And that is her. It's like she'll make others look ugly, but that's more a reflection of herself. So
that is very good advice.
Yes. So she's hiding. She's, once again, her looks feels like it's a deterrent for her on this reality. So just like you see in the fairy tales, where you have an ugly witch walking around. Kind of
Right. But actually, she is using witchcraft on my friend.
Yes.
She was asked to do that by some
Yes.
gnarly individual.
Mm-hmm.
And but I know I can help. I just kind of swore off the spell casting, etc. But I actually have 42 stitches in my foot, 2 broken toes, and I'm not faring very well as I get close. But usually, they come in 3s, so I'm assuming I've broken through the fence, and now I can do what has to be done.
Well, you see also mirror energies from you to her, reflecting her vibration back, even having her true self appear, which won't be friendly. Like have her appear in the mirror.
Oh,
when you're showing it to her, have herself show herself, and it won't be very present, most likely.
Oh, my main focus is really just helping my friend out, because it's just sort of like a thorn in his side, a monkey on his back. I don't know.
Yes, what she is doing, draining energies, as you know.
Yes, and very dark, actually.
Yes, with her is a lot of Anunnaki energy.
Okay. So. All right, that's good. And then, I guess for my second question, I would like to know who. Well, okay, what have you got? What do my guys have to say for me?
They're getting better at connecting with you, sort of. They're still very quiet. They're like parakeets.
Right.
But they're not very talkative. Well, partly they're kind of scared to say anything because you will backlash at them sometimes.
Right?
'Cause
Because they're lame. I mean, they're lame. What else can I say? They're
Well,
lame.
yes. Could you tell them I can do it for? Do I need to do this for you?
Basically.
Do I have to do your work?
I've
And
tried to write them out of my scenario, but it doesn't work. So.
it's improving. They are bringing new guides in every day. It seems.
All right.
Your higher self has gotten stronger with you.
It has. Okay, would this have to be with another acquaintance that I've known for about a year who is just instantly in my. It's like I've always known this person.
Yes, that is a soul contract energy. That's a being that's known for eons, basically.
Right, it just felt so like it was a groove, cut and groove, exactly fit. So.
Yes.
Right. Wonderful. So when
Yes.
do I get to see your ship in my sky again? You're not keeping close tabs on me.
We will do what we can. There's a lot of Pleiadian energies around you at this time.
Yeah, I know. But, I am looking up for that orange ball.
Yes,
I'm assuming that's your ship.
Yes.
The orange ball. Yeah.
Well, you have a lot of as you know, the bird beings. You're very connected to them.
Of course.
And that's another reason you connect to some of them that are very high powered, and even your guides get kind of spooked out by that.
Except the Indian chiefs, I think they're a little proud of it, actually.
Yes.
But
keeping them on their toes.
Well, it's lovely to speak to you again, Neiman,
Yes.
and thanks for
Blessings.
coming and much
Thank
love.
you. Blessings.
All right. And we have, alas, only one more, but it's great. Amran is up.
I believe he provided his questions. I can grab them. They're up in the chat.
All right, cool. I must have missed it. Oh, I see it. All right. The first question is, I was sleeping and a spirit was holding my hands. Who was the spirit?
One moment. A being it's an archangel being, but it's not making itself to identify it. It has Archangel Michael's energies there, but it's not making itself that clear. It is a kind of like another version of you, a higher vibration that assists you on your journeys, from what we are seeing. That's all we can see at this moment. They're not giving us much detail at this time.
All right, and we actually have one other person after this, and I'm going to ask Amran's second question now.
Yes.
I am very confused about what to do with my life and what decisions I should take. Is there any message from God to me?
Confusion is a spiritual development. You're basically finding more of your direction by being confused. So you will once you get tired of being confused, then you'll know what direction to go in. Right now, you're connecting more to your higher self, energies, beings, and this reality is not really offering what the higher dimensions that you're used to. So basically, you will find your place. You will know when to leave one place and go to another. But right now, you're kind of sorting it all out. So you ask yourself, or tell yourself, I'm done being confused. Let's move on to the next direction. Kind of have to be very strong with that to make a change occur with your guides. Your guides are kind of lenient, as you probably see. Blessings.
All right, and last is Ninja Maz.
Yes.
Maz?
It's like a ninja. She slipped out again.
just give it a couple more seconds.
Could we ask if there were any messages for Ivan?
Yes. One moment. Yes, there is several beings that are just draining his vibration. It basically is on the your Galactic Most Wanted. Just 3 beings within spiritual communities, whatever it might be. Basically, energies are being tapped into. Basically, what's happening is that knowledge that is hidden is being slowly surfacing, and many do not want that to occur. So many came here to keep knowledge buried. Because that's why you hear sometimes the channeled energies are very similar. They're here to resurrect your planet's knowledge. That's what's going on. So basically, you're looking for buried treasure, but it's buried knowledge, basically. I know how well that goes. That's nice. Yes. Go ahead with your question.
I don't think I see her in the chat. She might have dipped out a little bit earlier. So if we want to call it a night.
It was just posted right here. I can even see it.
Oh, Mass?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, there it is. All right.
I don't see. Go ahead, be my guest.
All right. Yeah, there's like 3 different chats. Question 1. Are you ready for the questions?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Question 1. Greetings. This is a question for my wife, Azzy. She likes to know about her energy in 4th density, please.
There is some hesitance connecting to 4th dimension because it's too much energy, it's too much knowledge for this reality to hold. When they connect to 4th dimension, it's more of an angelic awakening, a free from distractions, negativity, and they realize the world is not ready for it yet. But a lot of that knowledge goes into nature, goes into weather, goes into water frequencies. So it's assisting comfort, but it's mostly healing energies across your planet. That goes for many of you. So you realize there's a great amount of knowledge that you want to bring in, but the world is just not ready. So you are bringing assistance through Mother Nature.
All right, thank you. And the second question, is there any messages for her?
There's a lot of energies of the past that's around her at this time. Some are Anunnaki that's healing, and there's a lot of denseness from what you're seeing. It's basically, it almost feels like she's in a cage sometimes of beings, just regular life. Is because in the past she's kind of gotten away. So being in this reality, she's learning from her environment. It's like, let's get it over with on this world so I don't have to do it again. So other worlds she felt more free. On this one, you kind of have to feel like this for a while at least. There is some denseness there that you can probably live without. It is there for soul growth that has been missed in other realities. You don't have to go through this again, but in this reality it's much needed. So you're connecting more to the 4th dimension, even 5D. It's like you're so used to 5D, 5th dimension energies. I believe it's mostly 5th. You're here in the 3rd dimension to learn more how to properly connect to the 5th dimension, where you can learn a great deal and not have to experience worlds like this. Some people just bypass lessons in the higher dimensions, where they can actually go through it and learn a great deal, so they don't have to have an incarnation on this planet. Give you some idea of that. So blessings.
All right, thank you. That was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
Does anyone want to do a blessing?
Blessings, Timo. All right. Thank you. All right. Anybody? Okay. All right. It's all good. All right. So everyone, have a great weekend. Take care.
Welcome back, Steve.